Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're setting up my March reading journal. For March, I wanted to use a sticker sheet I bought from Stickii. It was part of a monthly subscription I used to have. The sticker sheet has a lot of greens, blues, and reds. I wanted to add those colors as a base and then add the stickers on top. I grabbed this origami paper that has two sides to it and used that as the main color. I added some red and blue washi tape but noticed it was looking a bit busy and removed it later on. I am also using a stamp to add the March title. The space looked a little empty, so I ended up using a lighter green washi tape to add some lightness to the spread. I wanted to use a few more stamps, so I ended up using a smaller one to write down the title for the books and media section. Now on the right hand side, I add the category for the stats of the month. I read 4 books this month, read 432 pages, listened to 29 hours, and it was 75% audio and 25% print. I still like to add my favorite book of the month, and I wanted it to stand out, so I added a green paper as a background. I'm excited to say that I am finally starting the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I have heard so many people love this series. The first book is flawless. We have a grumpy cowboy named Rhett that has gotten into some trouble with his sponsors. Now, his agent has to do some damage control to clean up the mess. His agent sends Summer, his daughter, to clean up Brett's image, and it quickly becomes clear that she is more like a babysitter to this grown man. We get to see Summer and Brett while they are on and off the clock. I thought it was an easy read and entertaining. I liked meeting the rest of the characters, like the friends and the family, and seeing these two characters grow closer and closer. I think it was a good intro to the series, and I'm definitely interested in everybody else's story as well. For this spread, I used lots of pinks to match the book cover. I also added some boots and cowboy hat that we see throughout the story. The next book I finished was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I wanted to use this white doily paper in the center of the page. I also added some red washi tape and white scripted washi tape. And to tie everything together, I used a big blue butterfly in the center. In this story, we follow Alex Claremont Diaz, who is the son of the President of the United States. Having good relationships with foreign countries is a top priority. However, we notice that Alex is having issues with the Prince of England, which his name is Henry. In order to show that these two are not rivals, they create a plan to be seen as best friends. As they spend more time together, Alex starts to realize that maybe he was wrong about Prince Henry, and they quickly become friends and a bit more. I thought it was a cute story and really enjoyed seeing their relationship blossom. The next spread is a simple spread for We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clearwater. I think it's best to read this book by not knowing too much. I will say check the trigger warnings if you have any, and these are some of the categories this book falls under: fiction, horror, thriller, LGBTQIA+. I was invested in this book and I just couldn't figure out what was happening, and for that reason I couldn't put it down. Once I finished the story, I was dying to talk to someone about it, and I ended up telling anybody who was interested in listening about this book. The next spread is for a piece of media I watched this month. Now, I will say I went about this in a very unhinged way. Let me explain. My husband was watching the second season of the live action of One Piece. I would catch bits and pieces, and then one day I finally sat down and watched the rest of the second season with him. I loved it so much that I went back and watched the first season by myself and then continued to watch the second season for a second time. I know it sounds crazy, but I got hooked on this show and I really liked it. And now I started watching the actual anime and I'm about 30 episodes in. The next spread is for Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We follow Joan Goodwin, that is a professor of physics and astronomy. She comes across a NASA program looking for women scientists to join their team. Joan takes a chance and applies to this program. She is finally accepted and meets her crewmates. As they navigate through the NASA program, they find themselves becoming close friends, and some even have deeper relationships. The story is so well written with beautiful prose. You have dual timelines that are laid out in a way that just hits you. I will say towards the end, I was sobbing. It was a beautiful journey of love and friendship. I love this story. To talk about the layout, I knew I wanted to use blue and white to represent the sky. I have this pretty celestial tape that I have never used before, and I thought it would be perfect for this spread. I also have this blue clouds washi tape from Journal Say. I wanted to incorporate some more silver and used a polka dot washi tape from Daiso. I also found a moon sticker and moon stamp that went well with this theme, and I had to add it. And to top it all off, I thought this spread needed an astronaut and a NASA sticker, so I added those off camera because I didn't have them at the time of recording this. In the flip through portion, you'll see I added 2 spreads for a Korean drama and a movie that I finished in March. I worked on those off camera as well, but they were really great shows and I had to make a little spread for them. Overall, I think March was a great month for reading and even watching shows and movies. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you next time. Bye!